at this. We got two players with nothing to lose.
Because they can't win.
Battle from the bottom, basically a Bonkers bronze final, Ben.
Yeah, Patricia, the newcomer, she's going to want to really stamp her authority on this game and get herself a real statement victory.
Dylan, he hasn't claimed a single point in this tournament. He's not going to want to go out losing to the rookie.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, at the beginning of this tournament, Dylan would not have expected to find himself in this
Both these players have
position.
settled their differences in the rally for serve. Dylan won the serve, and now he selects his position.
This will be my set position.
Both players will now touch the balloon to start the game. They both look ready. Here we go. Patricia is set. Dylan kicks the superfluous balloon. A low serve goes under that. Patricia plays it cleanly. Up into the air, answered by Dylan with a control touch. A leap across the chaise lounge, which was a quick bounce. Patricia comes, gives it to him off the table. No look, back to the table. Patricia sweeps it over to the library, and no problem. Oh, there is a problem. Dylan's contacted a superfluous balloon penalty.
Yeah, you cannot touch the superflui with your arm or your hands. That's an immediate penalty.
Gotta control your arms, Ben. There's a serve from Dylan, high above Patricia's head, controlled with no problem, but back to the table, but too far. Point for Dylan to keep it close.
Yeah, good use of the superfluous balloon on that occasion. Got in Patricia's head there and forced the error.
Selecting her position, Patricia looks ready to serve. Dylan has selected his position and sets. Patricia serves it. Off into the bar. Dylan with a rebound off the wall. Can't quite come up with it, but blows it this far. Into the edge, and nope. It looks like the official has called a third touch as he blew it on his lip.
That's unfortunate. He'd done all the hard work then, came in for the blow, but just touched it with his nose.
Dylan with a serve, low into the palm tree. Patricia's control brings it high above her head, back to the table. A low bounce. Dylan off the edge. A better edge by Patricia. Another edge by Dylan. This is great. Off the fireplace. Patricia too far. Finds the floor. Point for Dylan.
That's a good point for Dylan, who really pressured Patricia there. She had to move all the way around the table, then just missed.
Dylan is set. A superfluous balloon up in the air. Gets in the way of the serve. Unbelievable timing by Dylan on that.
And you can see it on her face. She's shocked. She can't believe what's just happened, but the balloon didn't go above the hips, so it was a penalty against her.
I can't believe the timing. Dylan can't believe it either. He's smiling. It just landed on her serve and kept it from rising.
Okay. You want
A
high?
serve this time from Patricia makes it high enough. A bounce off the wall from Dylan to bring it back in. He can't. Nope. This one goes behind the bar and he's lost control. Point for Patricia. Nice
He did
job.
not get the bounce he wanted off the wall there. That's unfortunate. He sort of hamstrung himself a little bit.
Laughing it off, he serves the balloon a little lower. Patricia controls and bounces above his head. Dylan rebounds it off the bar and blows. To Patricia's answers high, a spinner. Dylan takes it back to the bar. Patricia comes back to the table with a bounce and an edge. Dylan's edge is faster. There's a point, Dylan.
Very nice control throughout the entire rally, and then a lovely soft touch to end it.
Dylan set. Patricia shakes the balloon. Serve from Patricia is high over the table. Controlled by Dylan. Off the bounce. Patricia bounces it high above the table. Dylan brings it back and sweeps it into the dining room. Patricia struggling to control it. Over the table. Can't quite find it. Hits the floor. Point Dylan.
Yeah, that was a long shot she had to use to get it back to the table. Unfortunately, a
Dylan
little
is
too
set.
much power.
Patricia serves. A low one. Back to the bar. A quick toe by Dylan brings it up in the air. A no look finding the table. Patricia takes it to the dining room. Another toe to the air. Dylan with a spinner off the edge to the fireplace. They're going back and forth. Patricia takes a penalty on the furniture.
Yeah, that was great to see the commitment, but unfortunately you can't dive on the furniture.
Shakes it off with a high five with her opponent. Dylan sets. Patricia serves. This time it's high enough. Dylan,
That didn't
quick.
hit it, did
Nope,
it?
too quick. Can't find the connection with the table and it lands on
That
the
was
floor.
such a
Point
lovely
Patricia.
touch, but unfortunately he was millimeters away from the table.
Patricia is set. Dylan serves it. Up above her head. She controls it with a touch. 2 fingers. Over to the fireplace. A rebound. Misses the edge. Unbelievable. Point for Patricia.
Dear, oh dear, Dylan, he's getting in his own head now.
Set by Patricia. Served by Dylan. Spins above the lounge. Patricia gains control. Bounces it over towards the fireplace. Dylan, quick touch. Finds the table. Up into the air by Patricia. Back over the table with a bounce and a sweep across the table to the bar by Dylan. Patricia has control now. Over to the table and a sweep into the dining room. Unbelievable save by Patricia. Back to the table. Dylan with a sweep over to the bar again. Over Patricia's head for control. Misses the table. Oh, what an unbelievable rally. Great effort from both of those
another
players.
great rally from these two, really moving each other around the table, but that was just a little too far for Patricia.
Dylan set. Patricia serves. Spins above the table and a quick edge by Dylan. No.
This is why
He
you
didn't
need-
find the edge.
he
That's
didn't-
low.
He didn't use his controlling touch. Is a key part of Bonkers. Oh.
Serve is off Patricia. Off the edge. Official calls another mistake. Dylan's looking
His own
rattled.
worst enemy at the moment. Look at him. He just needs to calm down and focus on his serve.
Set by Patricia. Served by Dylan. Limboed. Controlled by Patricia. Back to the table. Off the edge. A quick leap and a toe by Dylan to bring it into the
Good
air.
save.
Back to the table. A quick edge. Wow, Patricia's got it. Off. Oh, Dylan. Can't find the edge on that one. And a point for Patricia. Amazing performance.
That was an incredible rally from both of these players.
Set by Patricia. Served by Dylan. A limbo again and control game by Patricia. Over the table. Dylan sweeps in. Fakes himself out. Can't find the table. He's rushing. Patricia's got a 2-point lead on Dylan.
Well, I am shocked, Ollie. I'm not used to seeing Dylan make errors like that.
The serve finds Patricia's hand. She brings it back to the table. With a blow, she misses, trips over the chase. Nice point, Dylan.
There it is. Yeah, Dylan closing the gap now. He knows he's got to focus.
Set by Dylan. Patricia shakes, serves, over the bar. A bounce off the wall by Dylan. Brings it back over the table. Too much. Can't find connection. Hits the floor. Patricia's amazed. That point is hers. Patricia dances.
She can't quite believe it. One more point and she has got the upset.
Dylan looks like he's talking to himself
Dylan
there.
is
He serves
fuming.
it nice and hard above her head. She controls it back to the table. No problem. Brings it for a bounce. Dylan with a nice move.
That's
Bumps
a-
the edge. Finds the
That
floor.
was a
Point for Dylan.
Good
Good control.
spike. Yeah, it's a good spike off the edge there. He needed
Set by
that
Dylan,
point
a superfluous
desperately.
kick. Patricia takes advantage by serving it into the balloon. Both players bouncing it off the same balloon. Up into the air with a bounce by Dylan. Patricia controls back to the table. Dylan looking to control this. Bounce off the bar. Amazing. Patricia has it back to the table. A spin it to the floor. Dylan can't find it. He's lost the game. Patricia's won.
Unbelievable, Ollie.
Patricia has won it.
Dylan, he went for the killer blow and he struck it to the ground.
The upset. I can't believe this. What a job. The rookies got the game.
I cannot believe what we have witnessed.
Nice
here
upset, Ben.
today.
Now upcoming, we've got the final between two exciting players. Axel, the favorite, and Zen, the fire. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, a great set, one for the ages. I cannot wait.